10 things you should buy. As soon as you get some money, a lot of you probably weren't expecting this. Normally I tell you what not to buy, but today I'm going rogue and doing the complete opposite. So here are 10 things you should buy as soon as you get some money. 1. Individual stocks and alternative assets. I've made loads of videos about investing on this channel that apply to almost anyone, no matter your starting point. So, if you haven't started investing yet, you should definitely watch those first and focus on building a solid foundation before trying any of this. But let's say you've already built a fee-free fund portfolio, or you have some sort of index fund strategy, and you've got spare money you can afford to lose. It might be time to upgrade your investments. I actually made a video a few years back where I put on a blindfold and threw a dart at a list of random stocks to invest in. It landed on Samsung, and believe it or not, that same investment is now sitting at nearly a 500% return. There is, of course, a certain amount of risk that comes with investing in individual stocks, since investments can go up as well as down. But if you pick your investments well, you set yourself up for the best chance of success. What about alternative investments? For those who've been watching me a while, you'll know I'm a massive car fan. When I was younger, I used to buy and sell cars for extra cash. I still remember picking up a Ford Fiesta XR2 for £1,750, around $2,350, and later selling it for around £2,700. The annoying thing is, if I'd held onto it until today, I would have made a 1,000% return, because the car's value has shot up over the last few years. But it's not just classic cars. Certain watches, fine wine, and art all have the potential to hold or even increase in value over time. And unlike numbers going up and down on a screen, these are real assets you get to live with and enjoy. The average person spends between 4 and 5 hours every week cleaning their house. That adds up to around 234 hours every year. Now imagine you had an extra 29 days to put toward your business or side hustle. How much extra money could you make? And it's not just cleaning you could outsource. Cooking, gardening, driving, even walking your dog. Now, of course, hiring people to do tasks costs money, so the real question is, when is it actually worth it? That comes down to one simple number: your effective hourly rate. You simply take how much you earn in a year and divide it by how many hours you work. So let's say you earn $80,000 a year and work around 40 hours a week, roughly 2,000 hours a year after factoring in time off. That means your effective hourly rate is $40 an hour. My golden rule is this: the moment you can pay someone less than that rate to take a job off your hands, you should seriously consider it. This is probably the cheapest item on the list, but the return on investment is massive. For the price of a couple of coffees, you can absorb decades of someone's life, summarized in a couple hundred pages. Back in school, when I was failing my exams and struggling with dyslexia, I never thought I'd be sat here talking about books. But one day, a friend gave me a book that changed my perspective forever. It's called Losing My Virginity, and it's a biography about Richard Branson. At the time, he was always in the headlines, pulling the most outrageous marketing stunts that forced the world to pay attention to his businesses, and I was instantly inspired. This was a British guy with severe dyslexia, written off by all his teachers, who left school with no qualifications, just like me. And against all the odds, he became one of the most successful entrepreneurs to ever live. So if you've been waiting for a sign to start that business or side hustle, let this be it. Here are 4 books I'd recommend, depending on where you are in your journey. The Millionaire Fast Lane exposes traditional financial advice as a trap and gives you a framework to build wealth quickly using fast lane thinking. The E-Myth Revisited shows why most small businesses fail and how to build one that runs without you, so you end up owning a business, not just another job. The Little Book of Common Sense Investing reveals the simple, hands-off way to grow your money that quietly beats the professionals. How to Win Friends and Influence People teaches you how to build real relationships and open almost any door, because in the end, everything comes down to your relationships. A lot of you aren't going to like this one, and it might even be a little controversial, but your partner is one of the most important upgrades you'll ever make. I know what you're thinking. Wealth breakdown? You're supposed to teach us about money, not give relationship advice. But here's the thing. The partner you choose is one of the single biggest factors in how wealthy you'll become. To this day, I remember my ex-girlfriend, who I started dating when I was still broke. After a few dates, I told her that in order to achieve my goals, we were going to have to make some real sacrifices. To be honest, I thought that conversation would put her off completely, but to my surprise, she took it well. She backed me every step of the way, and even started helping in my business as things got busier. When I finally got wealthy and achieved my goals, I realized it still wasn't enough. So I upgraded my girlfriend to my wife, and it was one of the best things I ever did. She's had a massive impact on everything I've built, and I've definitely made more money as a result. This isn't just my experience, the numbers back it up too. On average, married people end up with around 77% more wealth per person than those who stay single, and their net worth climbs by roughly another 16% for every year they stay married. So the right partner can make you richer as long as you don't get divorced. Choose wisely. Here's the problem with the traditional education system. It was never built to make you wealthy. Think about it. Schools will happily teach you about the French Revolution or a bit of trigonometry, but not one single thing about how money actually works or how to build something of your own. So how do you upgrade your teachers? In my case, it happened by accident, when I met a businessman named Dave at my local flying club. Whether you realize it or not, the people you learn from set the ceiling on everything you'll ever achieve. Researchers once tracked nearly 1,000 kids for decades, and the ones who had a mentor went on to earn substantially more money than those who didn't. Here's the good news. It's easier to find mentors now than ever before. Some of the best minds in the world are speaking at events, going on podcasts, and making videos on YouTube completely for free. That's why I started making videos myself, so I could become to others what Dave was to me. The biggest piece of advice Dave ever gave me was to learn a high-income skill. So that's exactly what I did. I learned joinery and carpentry, and used that skill to start designing, building, and selling my own products. For the first time in my life, I was making real money completely outside a normal job. Today, the best high-income skills don't have to rely on physical labor. You can learn digital skills like editing videos, copywriting, brand design, building website funnels, or using AI to create automation. For example, if you use AI to build high-converting websites that help businesses make more sales, and you can help them make an extra $20,000 a month, they'll happily pay you $2,000 to $3,000 a month in return. Imagine you've stumbled across a little money-making machine that prints out the same amount of money every day. At first you'd be pretty happy. You'd take a holiday or spend it on new clothes, but eventually you'd wonder if it could print more. So you take some of that money and use it to make upgrades, maybe making it bigger, faster, or more efficient, and suddenly it prints more money. That money-making machine is a lot like having a side hustle or business. I remember when my son first started his videography business. He didn't have much money to start with, so he saved up and bought his first camera. After a while, he noticed his skills were actually better than the camera he was using. I explained that a better camera wasn't a cost at all, it was an investment in his money-making machine. So he upgraded, and clients instantly noticed the difference, which let him earn back his investment and much more. Once you start making money, always consider whether there are tools you can upgrade that could help you grow over the long term. A new microphone, a better laptop, or AI software that makes you more efficient. You'll also be able to write these expenses off, which reduces your tax bill. When you start making money for the first time, you never want to be a big fish in a small pond, especially with your accountant. You need someone who is used to working with clients far ahead of your current position, who has faced challenges you haven't even considered yet. But accountants can be expensive, so one thing you can do to reduce your bill is use software that helps you manage your own finances in the meantime. Because of our jobs nowadays, we spend most of our time sitting down, so it's incredibly important to get a comfortable chair that doesn't destroy your back. The first thing I did when I started this YouTube channel, even before posting my first video, was go out and buy the chair I'm sitting in right now. It was expensive but worth every penny, and a real investment in my ability to do this long term. If my back gives out, I'm done for. I know what you're thinking. Here we go, the old guy's going to tell us to get an early night. But here's the thing. I've had enough life experience to see what neglecting sleep can do to people, and that's exactly why you should hear me out. Studies show that not getting enough sleep reduces your decision-making ability to the same extent as being legally drunk. I used to operate like this for months, even years at a time, pushing through no matter what. Until about 3 years ago, it nearly cost me everything. I got home one night absolutely shattered and was walking down my own stairs. Stairs I'd walked down thousands of times before, but because I was so tired, I wasn't thinking straight. I slipped, my legs went out from under me, and I came down hard on my upper back, cracking 3 ribs and puncturing a lung. The broken ribs missed my kidney by millimeters. That moment changed my mindset completely. Don't get me wrong, working hard is important. It's played a massive part in my success, and a few late nights here and there are simply part of the process. But listening to your body and getting enough rest is equally crucial. The biggest game changer for me has been a fitness wearable called a Whoop, which tracks my sleep, recovery, and how much strain I put on my body each day. Every single time I post a video, I get comments like, "Why even be a millionaire if you're not going to spend any of it? What's the point of money if you don't enjoy it? Just spend it and live your millionaire life." But believe it or not, I do spend money. Every time you spend money, you go through 3 emotional phases. Let's look at what happens at each stage when you purchase things versus experiences. Anticipation. Say you're making an expensive purchase, maybe a new phone or a pair of designer trainers. You're excited to get your hands on it, but waiting days for delivery becomes a bit frustrating, so the happiness here is medium. With an experience like a dream vacation or concert tickets with your best mates, waiting doesn't wind you up. If anything, it's part of the fun, so the happiness level for anticipation is high. The moment itself, this is when you actually get your hands on that new item or get to live the experience you've been waiting for. In both cases, happiness levels are high. The aftertaste. This is where the truth reveals itself. You might think, if I buy a physical thing, I've still got it long after the moment is over. So surely that one wins. But that's part of the trap. You still have the object, but you don't have the feeling anymore. The buzz wore off weeks ago, and now it just sits there getting older and going out of date. So for physical things, the aftertaste is low. Experiences, on the other hand, get retold. While products get outdated, memories last a lifetime. So the aftertaste for experiences is high. I don't use most of the things I bought years ago, but I still remember the first time I flew a plane by myself, standing trackside at the Monaco Grand Prix, flying radio-controlled helicopters for Ridley Scott on the set of Black Hawk Down, and having one of my heroes, Richard Branson, cook me spaghetti bolognese at his house, followed by a deep conversation about business and success. These experiences shaped me as a person, gave me a fuller life, and left me with stories I can tell my grandkids. I know most of you will need to live through this to fully understand it, so feel free to buy the stuff and make the mistakes yourself. And when you look back at this moment when you're my age, I'm sure we'll be on the same page. If you want to learn how to increase your earning potential, check out the video linked above. But before you click away, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to grow your wealth, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Financial education is one of the most valuable gifts you can pass on. Thanks for watching.